Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am the Inconsequential Runner, and what I want to share with you just quickly is what I take on my forest runs and how do I prepare for my forest runs. Okay, firstly the prep. My forest runs are usually about an hour and a half to 2.5 hours. I can't talk in terms of kilometers because you know if you've run in the forest or off-road, how do you compare a 10k run with another 10k run? I mean, you might knock out in an hour, and the other one you might do in an hour 20, and it's the same distance. That's the nature of forest runs. But I know my ones, which I do on Sunday, and I love them, absolutely love them. They need to always stay a part of my regimen, is between 1.5 and 2 hours. So before I jump on or get into the forest run, I do a bit of preconditioning at home, so a bit of stretching on the roller, nothing significant, but enough to wake up my body because I go for a run early in the morning. I want to beat all the mountain bikers to the local forest. I don't want to hold them up, right? So a bit of conditioning. I take a little bit of pre-workout, so a half scoop of that. I shouldn't be taking that, but it's got caffeine in it, wakes me up. I don't drink coffee, don't like the taste of it, but the pre-workout has got caffeine in it and it tastes okay, but it's got a whole bunch of other stuff that probably gets me a little bit hyper. So I take, and that's 3 calories. So as I say, a half scoop or a quarter scoop, just enough to flavor the water and give me a little bit of something, and 1 banana. And that's it. Now, considering that I finished dinner the night before at about 8 o'clock, and then I'll be going for the run at about 8 a.m. the next morning, that's 12 hours where I haven't eaten except for the banana and the pre-workout. So I do need to carry something with me. So I've become a big fan of my CamelBak. It's funny, I've had it for ages. I've barely used it, but now I'm getting into these longer forest runs. I can really see the value of having a CamelBak. Now, forgive me, it's just over there, so let me grab it. All right, we're back. All right, I'm not going to edit that. It takes too much time. Okay, here we go. It's not a big CamelBak. I think the reserve in it is about 1.5 litres. So what do I take on this to survive the 1.5 to 2.5 hours? Of course, with a banana, that's really not going to be enough. That banana gets me through the first hour easy, but after that I need it a little bit more. So what I do is I fill it with about 750 mils of water, so it's about half fill. And I put in a little bit of electrolyte in it. When I say a little bit of electrolyte, I'm talking a teaspoon. Certainly the scoop that they give me is equivalent to around about 2 teaspoons, but I just put in 1, and that's usually enough. And then I sip on that constantly, and I find every time I sip on it, it just gives me a little bit of something. It just sort of G's me up a little bit. So constant sipping, I think, is really great. So we're talking, maybe every 5 minutes, just taking half a mouthful and just enough. I haven't tried other things like blocks and all of that, so I don't take that. But here's the other stuff I take. So 750 mils with a little bit of electrolytes, not too much because then it gets too sweet. You'll find a level that works for you. So I am a fan of electrolytes, just got into them recently, they're great. So what else is in the CamelBak? Well, firstly, I take my voice recorder because I have some of the best thoughts when I'm out on a forest run. So what I do is I record them on this voice recorder. So that sits in front of the CamelBak, have a great idea, like this video, and I quickly capture the thoughts. Voice recorder. What else? I have a protein bar. So just in case I really do get stuck and I get super hungry, boom, I've got something there. I have $20 of cash and a mask, meaning if I need to go into a shop where I need to wear a mask, I'm sorted. I've got my mask and I've got a bit of money. Tissue paper, always handy when you're out on a run. And that, oh no, one more thing. And you should put on sunscreen before you go for a run, but also I put on some lip balm, especially if it's super windy and stuff like that. It can mess up your lips, and your lips are going to be relatively wet because you're drinking, you're hydrating all the time and everything like that. So a little bit of lip balm protects the lips. That's it. So $20, the voice recorder, the lip balm, the tissues, and a muesli bar, and of course, you know, you'll be throwing in your car keys and maybe a couple other things, but that's it. Light, oh, definitely the cell phone. Light, safe, gives you everything you need. And the funny thing is, before, I think I used to worry about weight a little bit. I'm not too sure. But now I stock up, and if the bag's a little, you know, heavy, it just adds to the training. You know, so I don't try and underwater. I put in more water than I need. So every time I get back home, I'm always draining it. So you'll find what water level works for you, but don't go light. There's nothing worse than running out, which has happened to me a couple of times. And when you suck on that pipe that comes out of the reserve, out of the CamelBak, and there's nothing there, oh man. So don't worry about trying to save weight. Get extra water in. There was one other thought I was going to give you. Oh yes, the other thought I captured last time was what I found was the CamelBak sort of rubs on my neck a little bit every so often. It depends on the incline and stuff like that. So in a video coming up, I'm going to run in a business shirt with the collar turned up and see how that goes. Full cotton, collar turned up, yeah. And I'll report back on that. Okay, if you like this video, hit like. If you think it's worth sharing, share it with your mates. And if you think there's enough content in my videos to just help you with your running, then hit subscribe and you'll be notified of other videos coming your way. Okay, thanks a lot, team. Take care.